What happens when a revolutionary, a ruthless mastermind, and a generational beast of an athlete come together under one purpose? You get a force so calculated, so destructive, that it could redefine the very landscape of WWE as we know it. Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, Bron Breakker. Individually, they're powerful. Together, they could become a force of nature, an unstoppable trio poised to dominate WWE in a way we haven't seen since the Bloodline's peak or the glory days of Evolution. And here's why the entire wrestling world should be paying attention right now. Let's start with Paul Heyman, the mastermind behind some of the most successful runs in modern wrestling history. This isn't a man who simply manages talent. He crafts legacies. Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, Roman Reigns. The common denominator? Paul Heyman's strategic brilliance. He doesn't just see stars. He sees long-term potential and he molds it into global superstardom. So when Paul Heyman decides to invest his time, energy, and mind into someone like Bron Breakker, it's not a casual endorsement. It's a declaration of war on the current status quo in WWE. Triple H recently revealed something very telling. He shared that Heyman has been working closely with Bron Breakker, helping shape his promos, refine his character, and prepare him for long-term main roster success. That's not the kind of mentoring you give to just anyone. That's the kind of investment you make when you're positioning someone to become the face of the company. Breakker himself has openly admitted that Heyman's guidance has been instrumental in helping him adjust to the pressure of performing on the big stage. When someone like Heyman sees you as his next project, you're not just a rising star, you're a future world champion. Bron hasn't coasted on his last name. He's forged his own path with explosive speed, terrifying strength, and a commanding presence that instantly grabs your attention. In NXT, he dominated, two-time NXT champion. A run that was so intense and so convincing that fans and critics alike started referring to him as the next big thing in WWE. But NXT was just the beginning. Bron Breakker's recent performance at the 2025 Royal Rumble was proof that he's ready to step into the main roster spotlight. He eliminated 3 superstars in dominant fashion before finally being tossed out by Roman Reigns himself. Now pair that fire with the cunning of Paul Heyman and the seasoned brilliance of Seth Rollins, and we're talking about a formula that WWE has rarely seen. Seth Rollins is no stranger to dominance. From his days in the Shield to his incredible solo run that includes multiple world championships, Money in the Bank cash-ins, and WrestleMania main events, Rollins has proven that he can do it all and reinvent himself while doing it. He's one of the most versatile performers in WWE history. Every time the fans think they've figured him out, he evolves, he adapts, and most importantly, he stays relevant. But this recent version of Seth Rollins feels different. This isn't about personal glory anymore. This isn't about flashy suits or mind games. This is about legacy, influence, power. And by surrounding himself with the right allies, Rollins may be building something much bigger than a singles career. He might be architecting WWE's next great faction. Seth Rollins sees that. Paul Heyman lives for it. And Bron Breakker is the weapon they're choosing to unleash on a WWE roster that may not be ready for what's coming. The beauty of this trio lies in its balance. Rollins brings the credibility and leadership. Heyman provides the brainpower and manipulation. And Breakker? He's the muscle, the executioner. Together, they hit every note of what makes a faction dangerous: charisma, strategy, and force. If WWE pulls the trigger on this alliance in full force, perhaps giving it a name, a mission, and a target, we could be witnessing the birth of the next iconic stable. And not just one that entertains for a few months. We're talking years of dominance, storyline control, and championship reigns. The WWE Universe loves chaos, but they also respect calculated dominance. The Shield had it. Evolution had it. The Bloodline perfected it. And now, With Rollins, Heyman, and Breakker, we may be staring at the next great dynasty forming before our eyes. Whatever path they take, one thing is clear. This isn't just another storyline. This is a power move, a signal that WWE is shifting again, and these three men are right at the center of it. Now let us hear from you. Do you think WWE should officially pull the trigger on this faction? Who should be their first target? And what name would you give this dangerous new alliance? Drop your comments below, and let's talk wrestling. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the next big move shaking up WWE. Because if this alliance becomes reality, WWE might never be the same again.